Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE is set to have a massive weekend ahead of SummerSlam. This weekend is set to feature Saturday night's main event with a stacked match card, followed by WWE Evolution 80, which marks another history-making premium live event for the company. A number of matches have been confirmed for Evolution, out of which a massive fatal four-way tag team match has grabbed a lot of attention lately. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are scheduled to defend their women's tag team title against 3 teams, of which only one has been announced yet. With 2 teams left to be announced, fans have been expecting the company to feature a massive surprise. WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella is seemingly set to be a part of the show, but the company has not announced her for any match yet. The upcoming episode of WWE Raw could feature Nikki bringing out Brie Bella to announce that the twin sisters will compete in the fatal 4-way tag team title match. Brie Bella has not appeared in WWE since the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble match, and a return would undoubtedly make headlines all around the world. A potential appearance from the legend on Raw this week would mark her return to WWE after more than 1,200 days. Further, their potential addition to the match could add massive credibility to the titles, and the twin sisters could walk out of the show as new champions, leaving the world stunned as well as elated for the number of feuds that could be featured on TV against the legendary duo. Time will tell if Brie Bella is planning to return to the company ahead of Evolution 80. Nikki Bella returned to WWE a few weeks ago and was attacked by former women's champion Liv Morgan, which was a clear hint of a massive feud being planned. However, Morgan was injured during a match on the Red brand a week after the massive attack, which forced the company to alter some major plans for Evolution. Morgan was reportedly planned to defend the women's tag titles with her partner Raquel Rodriguez against the Bella twins. However, as per WrestleVotes, her injury ended up changing plans for the premium live event, and most importantly, for Brie Bella's return. The company announced that Roxanne Perez had replaced Morgan as Raquel's partner, and the upcoming tag team match at Evolution has now been confirmed. Fans will have to wait and see if the match features the in-ring return of the Bella twins. Ishan writes for the WWE Vertical at Sportskeeda. While he is a finance student, Ishan is an avid pro wrestling fan, which has led him to pursue a career in sports journalism. Before joining Sportskeeda, Ishan worked for various renowned websites such as Give Me Sport and Fansided, and has nearly 3 years of experience. He relies only on credible sources like Cage Match when reporting on a topic. Ishan cross-checks his work multiple times to ensure it is factually correct. Ishan's favorite pro wrestler is Seth Rollins. He admires the visionary's never-give-up attitude and work ethic. In fact, it was the Shield's memorable WWE debut in 2012 that got him hooked on sports entertainment in the first place. Ishan would love to interview Rollins someday. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, moments of shock and awe are what define legacies, and Triple H, now the Chief Content Officer, knows that better than anyone. As WWE gears up for its next massive premium live event, PLE, all eyes are on Raw, where rumors are swirling about the possible return of a former WWE champion who has been absent from Monday nights for 1,249 days. Could we be on the verge of witnessing one of the most shocking returns in recent history? And if so, how might this affect the title picture heading into the PLE? Let's dive into the creative possibilities and examine just who might be making a thunderous return, and why Triple H might be orchestrating it. Since taking creative control, Triple H has rejuvenated WWE with long-term storytelling, strategic returns, and deeply layered character arcs. His approach is less about shock for shock's sake, and more about planting seeds, creating emotional payoffs, and enhancing in-ring credibility. Under his watch, names like Johnny Gargano, Karrion Kross, Bronson Reed, and even CM Punk have returned to WWE programming. But this time, the buzz centers around a former WWE champion, someone who hasn't stepped foot on Raw in over 3 years. But with the tragic loss of Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, in 2023, that comeback is sadly not possible. So who else fits the bill? Let's explore a few names that could make sense creatively, and the one that makes the most sense right now. Jinder Mahal, a former WWE champion, has been on and off programming in recent years. However, his appearances on NXT and sporadic SmackDown segments eliminate him from this 1,249-day Raw absence category. A Hall of Famer and former WWE champion, RVD has been making appearances in AEW. While he's been away from Raw for a very long time, his name hasn't been in WWE's immediate orbit. He hasn't been in WWE in nearly a decade and is unlikely to return due to off-screen controversies. Yes, Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley in AEW, hasn't been on Raw since March 2019, which clocks in at just over 1,249 days. His WWE exit was controversial but respectful, and fans never truly got closure on the Shield story. With Roman Reigns' long, undisputed title run ending recently, and Seth Rollins coming back from injury, the timing is compelling. As the main event of Raw approaches its climax, let's say, a contract signing between World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest and his challenger, Seth Rollins, the arena goes dark. A hooded figure walks through the crowd, just like the old Shield days. Not Jon Moxley, the barbed wire lunatic from AEW, but the chaotic, wild-eyed Ambrose that WWE fans knew and loved, and sometimes loathed. While Roman Reigns has finally been dethroned, WWE never properly closed the Shield chapter. A returning Ambrose could add an emotional, historical weight to the current Raw title picture. Imagine him confronting Seth Rollins, not as a challenger, but as a wild card. Is he there to help, hurt, distract? At the upcoming PLE, Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest is already a high-stakes match. Throw in a returning Ambrose. Suddenly, the stakes are personal. Rollins has always been the architect, but with Ambrose involved, his history becomes a weakness. Bringing Ambrose back would be a masterstroke from Triple H, symbolic and strategic. It would shake the foundations of WWE and signal to fans that no bridge is ever fully burned. This wouldn't just be about nostalgia. It would signal a new war, a new feud, and maybe even a new faction. Ambrose returns, screws Rollins out of the title at the PLE, and reignites their blood feud. No Shield. No respect. Just two war-torn rivals with unsettled scores. An even more twisted idea, Ambrose aligns with Priest and the Judgment Day. A shocking betrayal of everything the Shield stood for, and a reinvention of his chaotic persona. What if this isn't a full-time return, but a cross-promotional appearance as part of a budding AEW-WWE relationship? It's a long shot, but with Triple H taking bold moves, nothing feels off the table anymore. If Ambrose were to return, the pop would be nuclear. Not just because of nostalgia, but because fans feel his absence. Moxley has carved out a new path in AEW, but Dean Ambrose remains unfinished business in WWE. The Raw audience has evolved. New stars are rising, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Braun Breaker, but there's still room for a chaotic anti-hero to tip the balance. With WWE heading into one of the most stacked PLE cards of the year, a surprise return would add unpredictable energy to the product. If that return happens to be Dean Ambrose, it would not only steal headlines but reshape the Raw roster going forward. Triple H has shown that he values the long game. And what better way to play it than to bring back one of the most unstable, compelling characters of the modern era?